Well, good morning, everyone. Once again, welcome to another live this morning and hope you're having a great day. And we sure appreciate you joining us either live on Facebook or, of course, on our podcast, The Doctor Is In. And we're always thankful. And okay, we say hello and we do our roll call a little bit. For those who come on live, Nativity, good morning. And Brahim, good morning. Madeleine, bonjour. Lori Lee from Ventura, California. Mary, Michael from Norland. And Joanne, Berks Falls. Beautiful place. Nina, Chatham, Kent. Nicole from our staff. Debbie, good morning. Marlene, Newfoundland. Annette, Nouveau Brunswick. Rita, Richmond Hill. Gary, Bolton. Karen, Otter Lake, good morning. Karen, Kincardine. Sherry, Sherry from Mississauga. Betty Lynn. Kevin, there you are, my friend. Gina, Moria, John, good morning. And Jeanette from our staff. Fran from Orangeville, good morning. Gloria, how are you? Serpa and Vera, Newfoundland. Cecilia, Shediac Bridge, Nouveau Brunswick. Rita, good morning. And Catherine, Newfoundland. Darlene, nice to have you guys on. Chantal from Ottawa. And Diane from LaSalle. Sandy, you got the notification. Well, good for you. Cecilia, Tina, and Diane from Thunder Bay. Annalisa, North Bay. Joyce, and Wanda, good morning. Guylaine, how are you? Couple more. And Luella, West Tennessee. We appreciate you guys so much for coming on. Deanna and Sue. Okay, I want to talk about two studies this morning. See if we can get to both of them. You know me, I get sidetracked. But one of them comes out on chronic. Here's from the American Heart Association Journal, the Journal of the American Heart Association, talking about exposure to lead, cadmium, increases the risk of cardiovascular disease. The connection between heavy metals and the heart and atherosclerosis leading to heart disease. And it's interesting, isn't it? When you look at heavy metals. Now, at one time, people, if you're wondering cadmium, how would I get cadmium? Well, smokers used to get cadmium. And it was one of the byproducts of smoking. But, if you drink tap water, for example, you probably got some heavy metal in there. And I never used to guess. I used to test for heavy metal. And we would do a urine test for heavy metal. So mercury, lead, cadmium, aluminum. And the American Heart Association says it can be a factor when it comes to heart disease. And guys, I want to talk about the importance of getting rid of heavy metal. Now listen, you are never, ever not going to be exposed to those things. We live in a day and age. I've talked to you about plastics. It doesn't matter where you go. There's not a place on the planet that's not been exposed or corrupted, can I say, by the environment to some extent. I mean, there's just nowhere you can go. And so these heavy metals are in the soil. They end up in our food to some extent. Trace amounts. What are you going to do about it? Well, you see, I look at this kind of thing differently because, you know, I'll readily admit that we can't get rid of all this stuff. You just can't. Okay, so if that's the case, it's like a virus or bacteria. I don't treat them any different. We're always going to be surrounded by viruses. We're always going to be surrounded by bacteria. So if that's the case, we got to detox, man. We got to have our bodies in its highest state of detoxification. Okay? So let's talk about that. How do you detox your body? Okay? So, because, again, I'm not optimistic that the world that we live in, and by the way, I'm more interested, okay, in the environment than I am with the climate. Like, I don't think we can control the climate. That's me. And I know I'm going to get a lot of pushback, not from you guys so much, but from the world. You get pushback because that's climate, as if we can control the climate. But the environment, I like. I mean, I like keeping, as much as we can, keep things clean. You can start in your own home by being very careful with all the chemicals. You're not going to get rid of all of them, but try and be as careful as you can. But my biggest thing is getting your body ready for the onslaught. Okay? Now, you don't have to travel to India. You don't have to travel to Mexico to do a detox. Okay? You don't need to make yourself an exotic drink to detox. Okay? Because I know there's a lot of marketing out there. Oh, here's a detox, juice or concoction. I'm not big on that. Because your body doesn't operate like that. Put your body in the best state to detox. Let's talk about that for a bit. Okay? Because if the American Heart Association, which is surprising to me, in their journal says, well, heavy metal isn't good for your heart. Okay. It's not good for your brain either. How does it get to the brain, by the way? You and I have talked about this many a time. By its carrier is yeast. Okay? Its carrier is fungus when you have leaky gut. So we'll talk about that as part of the detox because it's really important for you and for I to detox our bodies on a daily basis. Okay? Now, I think you guys know where I'm going to start. Okay? I could start in the gut, but we'll put that down the list a little bit. Start by drinking water. Okay? And again, I tell you this, only water is water. You need to drink water because you want to flush Niagara Falls, your kidneys. You want to do a detox? You want to help your body get rid of heavy metal? You want to get rid of lead and cadmium, and don't be dehydrated. Flush. And only water is water. Flush out toxins by drinking water. Okay? Now, in my new book, Sun, Steak, and Steel, I talk about water a lot. But I also talk about another detoxer that you can drink, coffee. Why? Well, coffee cleans your liver. Okay? So the two things you want to drink, I guess you can drink some tea. But the real detoxers are spring water. The best water is spring water. Okay? And that'll flush your system. Coffee. Off to the liver coffee. Well, you've heard of coffee enemas. Why did that work? Right? Through the portal vein into the liver for a detox. Drink your coffee. Don't put any sugar in it. You're doing a detox. I mean it. Okay. So drink water and coffee. Okay? 2, let's empty the liver. When the Costco parking lot, your liver gets full. How do you fill up your liver? With fat? Carbs. Crappy carbs. When you consume sugar and crappy carbohydrates, which is a combination of fat, bad fats, and carbohydrates. Terrible combination. And the sugar fructose that goes right to your liver. See, that's the food companies. If they understood anything about the body, they might even change their sugar back. Instead of this high fructose corn syrup. But don't hold your breath, guys. Don't hold your breath. Not going to happen. Okay? And by the way, I'm drinking my coffee right now. I didn't want to let it get too cool. Okay. Now, so drink, especially water, flush, flush, flush. Liver, keep it clean. 2, keep your liver clean. And that has everything to do with food. When you cut your carbs down, especially your crappy carbohydrates, and you cut down on fructose, so you're not drinking any soda, don't drink orange juice, don't drink apple juice, don't drink any of that stuff. That takes a beeline to your liver. Empty your liver, keep your liver clean. If you keep your liver clean, it will detox. Your liver is a detox machine. It along with your cells, helps to produce glutathione. What is glutathione? It's like Velcro. It's Velcro-like. It sticks like glue to heavy metals and takes them out of your body. Glutathione. Keep your liver clean. Okay? That's really, really important in the detox. And I like movement. I'm really big on lymphatics. Okay? Because your body has a sewage system. And it drove me crazy when I heard, look, I know this is controversial, but let me just say it, and I'm going to give you my take on it, okay? You know, physicians, oncologists especially, when cancer gets into the lymphatic system, they're very concerned about that it spreads through the lymphatics. Okay? So women often, when they do, you got some breast cancer, and they do surgery or whatever. They want to take out your lymph nodes, especially under your arms and that. They want to look at them. I said, if your body is smart, which it is, guess where it wants to send the cancer? Into the sewage system. And that's why I used to tell my patients, look, if you can talk to your doctor, save your lymphatics. But anyway, because that's how your body detoxes. Through your lymphatic system. And one of the best things you can do for your lymphatics is move. Do exercise. Walking helps your lymphatic. One of the best things for lymphatics, by the way, is the rebounder. I'm big on that. Even if you have to, you get older and you gotta get a rebounder where you can actually, hold on to something. It's good for your balance, but it's good for your lymphatics to drain. Drain. So move. Move. Water. Coffee. Empty your liver. Your lymphatic system. Move it. Drain it. I know there's massage techniques and that to drain your lymphatics. I don't care if you want to spend that kind of money. I'm not against that. All I'm saying is move. And especially a rebounder. One of the best exercises you can do in terms of draining those lymphatics. Now, the other one is your glymphatic system. You guys know this. Your brain. Your brain has its own detox. Amazing, isn't it? How wonderfully made you are. It has its own detox. Now, it only works when we sleep. Okay? When we sleep. Sleep is important. And let me say this. Because people have asked me this. Sun, steak, and steel and sleep. I got sleep in brackets because it's really important. Have I been consistent about that? Of course. But I'll give you a little tip. When you have a little siesta during the day, I want to encourage folks, 10 to 15 minute siesta. Okay? Your lymphatics get turned on. Even in the middle of the day to drain. Think of a detox. You're having a little regenerative. When I was in practice, I tell you something, there was rarely a day that I didn't have a little siesta. I used to watch my dad. He'd come home for lunch. And before he went back to the office, he could put himself to sleep. And now I can too, almost immediately. For 10, 15 minutes. Doesn't take much. But that does help to detox your body. Who knew? And by the way, I think I've shown you studies in the past where that really helps with your heart. Getting that, for people that don't sleep at night, and then they say, well, doc, I don't want to sleep during the day. I won't sleep at night. I said, you're not sleeping at night anyway. Isn't that what you told me? Yeah, I don't sleep at night. I said, well, why don't you try and have a little siesta during the day? You're not sleeping anyway at night. Oh, and here's one coming into sleep. Here's one that helps the detox. The sun. Yeah. Sun into the eyeballs. Helps detox. Okay? Not only because it's going to help you to sleep, but sunbathing, especially if you can get about 15, 20 minutes of it, not only does it give you 10,000 IUs, 10,000 IUs of vitamin D. Oh, and they're trying to restrict vitamin D. They're going to, I'm telling you folks, and I've been saying this for a bit, there's a war coming, and boy, oh boy, there's new legislation in Canada, by the way. And the government just sort of slipped it in with another bill, and I'm telling you, it's not good news. We've had lawyers look at it. It's not good. They really want to restrict Canadians. And they couch it with saying it's all about safety. It's not about safety, it's about restricting, taking away your right. They've already started to do it with vitamin D. They want doctors to control vitamins. Well, I'm telling you, my friend, that's a terrible thing. They don't take it in school. They're scared of it. The Pharmaceutical Association in Canada, they're all for it. Because they don't even believe in vitamins or supplements. They hardly believe it. They sell them on their shelves, but they don't know anything about them. They should. But they're going to restrict that, folks. Anyway. But vitamin D, you see, even when you put it on your skin, the sun. I mean, there's so many things physiologically that happen. Think of not only of your immune system, it's anti-inflammatory, it's antiviral, it's antibacterial, it's antifungus. Well, if you don't believe it's antifungus, think about this for a minute. So this is going to help you get rid of heavy metals. Remember, heavy metals will get, especially up into the brain, transported by yeast, fungus. You know how you kill fungus? Expose it to the sun. It's the first cousin of mold. Think about that. How do you get rid of mold? Sun. If you could take off, on a sunny day, let's say you had mold in your bathroom. Okay, just say. Okay? Take off your roof and let the sun get at the mold. It'll kill it. There's nothing like sun to kill it. Not bleach, sun. But your body operates like that. Fungus has a hard time proliferating within the body when you're in the sun. And I know they scared us skinny because the sun is the boogeyman. It causes cancer. And stay out of the sun and put on our sunscreen and block the sun. Ooh. Were they right? Nah. Chronic exposure to lead, cadmium increases the risk of cardiovascular disease. Oh, the sun, my friend. Why do you think I started with that? Sun. The sun. It is so good for you. Okay? Now don't burn. I didn't tell you to burn. If you can, no sunglasses. So that you get that sun, the sunlight. It will increase your melatonin. Even at you know what they're showing, the new studies on melatonin. Fascinating. Never stop learning, guys. You know about that third eye you have, right? It's called what? What's your third eye called? Okay, a little test for my smarty pants, audience, the best in the world. What's your third eye called? Let me just see. Tina, Sandy, Norma, you're close. Gary, you got it. You guys, I'm telling you. You guys are on. It's called your pineal gland. It's your third eye. And listen to what we thought, okay? You guys are all so, oh, I'm telling you how smart you are. The pineal gland. But guys, okay, here's what we thought. And this is why, guys, when someone says the science is settled, run. Science, by definition, is observation and repetition. Okay? Observation, observe. Repeat. Okay? That's science. And the science is settled. Well, science is never settled. Okay? I've been bringing to you new research, like even on the glymphatic system. When I was in school, I didn't even know there was such a thing. I knew there was lymphatics, but I didn't know there was glymphatics. Didn't even know it. Nitric oxide, when I was in school, in the days of Noah, we did not know about nitric oxide. We didn't even know it existed in the body. Okay? Oh boy, does the sun ever have a big effect on nitric oxide and your blood vessels. But guys, the pineal gland, okay? So the pineal gland, I knew this. The pineal gland, when you get sunlight, it stores and produces melatonin. True. But here's what we found out too. Your mitochondria, every battery pack within your cells, all of your cells have mitochondria, battery packs that produce ATP. Do you know what those mitochondria do? They store melatonin. We didn't know that. From the sun. Melatonin in the mitochondria. Guys, sunshine on my shoulder makes me happy. Remember John Denver? No, but seriously, guys, it's so important. You want to detox. You need sun. You need water. Coffee. Okay? That is really important. You want movement. You want to sweat too, by the way. That's another reason that when you move and you're actually exercising. You know me and vitamin E, guys. I love it. The best vitamin E, by the way. You know, rebounder, yes, for your lymphatic system. But the best metabolically for you is getting strong. And I don't care how old you are. Doesn't matter. You can always get stronger. I don't care how old you are. It's never too late. As long as you're breathing on this planet, I recommend getting strong. And those muscles are really important metabolically. So movement, you know that. Okay? And sweating. Okay? Sweating. That's why saunas, okay? And Serpo, what would you call it? My Finnish friends? Saunas? Is it sauna or sauna? It don't matter. They're good. They're good for you. When you're sweating, you're detoxing. Okay? You're detoxing. Yeah. Even a hot shower, someone said. I like that. Sauna. Janet's saying it's sauna. I always ask my Finnish friends because they're famous for that. But they're good for you. There's no doubt about it. And infrared saunas are good too. For detoxification, I like it. Okay? And the other thing, okay, because I talked to you about this, I guess we're not going to get to that second study. Detoxification, okay? I've got 2 more points. What am I showing you here? Okay, for those on our podcast, I'm showing here is 1 pound of fat. Okay, this is a pound. I got 5 pounds, but this is a pound. But what's important about this, okay, in terms of its significance, fat, guess where toxins like to accumulate? So, guys, when you do the reset, think about this. You're doing the reset. You're eating clean. No garbage. No sugar. You're emptying your liver of fat in 6 days. Guys, some people get upset when I say that. I don't know why they get upset. I didn't make that up. You can start emptying your liver when you stop eating sugar and crappy food, especially fruit that's got high fructose corn syrup added to it, which is everything almost in the middle aisles of your grocery store. From soda to ketchup. It's got high fructose corn syrup. It's garbage. And it goes to your liver and it creates fat, and fat holds on to toxins. That's why when you do the reset, you're emptying that. You're emptying the body of your toxins because your body is getting rid of fat. Because fat is headquarters. Fat is headquarters for toxins. Toxins love to get into fat tissue. So when you're doing the reset, and someone said to me the other day, Doc, I just barely lost some weight. I said, well, you emptied your liver. You know that? And I said, listen, you're not losing. If you lose 2 pounds, look at the size of 1 pound. If you lose 2 pounds and you didn't lose any muscle, you lost fat. You did a good thing in your body. Like, you've seen 5 pounds of fat. It's 1 foot long and 6 inches wide. Do you know how many toxins you're getting rid of? You talk about a detox. And you don't even have to leave the continent. Detoxification. When you get rid of this, it makes a huge difference. Your body is ready to help you. You help it, it'll help you. And then you got to get to the gut. Okay? You got to get to the gut. They are really important that you seal. You seal the lining between your gut and your blood. Seal it. Get the border back. Okay, to my American friends. You guys know this better than probably, I don't know, any other country that I can think of. You've got a porous southern border. True or false? It's true. It's porous. It's leaky gut. It's leaky gut of the United States. Now listen, okay? I'm just going to tell you geopolitically. I don't blame those people to trying to get into the United States. I don't blame them. So I'm not talking politics. What I am telling you, it's an illustration. You can walk across the border. We can't do that in Canada to go to the United States. It's I guess it's possible. All I'm saying is, Canada, United States, that border is pretty well sealed with miserable border guards. They're miserable. Hey, I'm coming into the USA as a Canadian. I'm going to spend my money. Aren't you happy? Nah, what are you doing here? How long are you going to be? When are you going back to Canada? We don't particularly like you Canadians. Well, that's what it seems. It's not exactly, guys. If you've been to the States, okay, Canadians, okay? It's not exactly the welcome wagon. Okay, anytime I travel to the States, you know, they're in a bad mood all the time. Like, hello? Are you happy? Let your face know it. They're miserable. I guess they're just doing their job, okay? But anyway, like me, lighten up. Okay. No, but guys, you see, really important, okay? Really important is knitting, relining that blood-gut barrier. And when you do that, listen, Linda, when you do the gut and you reline it, and now you have a border and you have border guards. You know who your border guards are? Your bacteria. The ones on your side. Reline that. One of the things that does it is L-glutamine. I talked about that the other day. It's one of the reasons I love bone broth. Make it yourself. Or bone broth. I love bone broth smoothies. You guys know that. Why? Not only is it the best protein in the world because it's collagen protein, but you're re-knitting that barrier. You're feeding that lining and regenerating it so that you have a proper border there. Why do you think I'm so big? One of the reasons I'm so big on probiotics. You know, in our probiotic, our immune busting, like we're trying to, so that people don't copy us, okay? Those are our proprietary formulas. And anyway, one of the type of bacteria that we use actually takes heavy metal out of the body. Got it? Yeah. Take heavy metal out of the body. Okay, did I get everything that I wanted to do? Pretty well, I think, yeah. Okay, pretty well, okay? From your gut to your liver, to your lymphatics, decreasing fat, drinking the right water and coffee. Talked about it. Okay. Interesting study, isn't it? On the American Heart Association telling us that heavy metals can lead to heart disease. Wow. Okay, let's get rid of them. Okay, guys, we got a great week. Have you got your book yet? Sun, Steak, and Steel? And sleep. Okay, I know many of you have, and we appreciate it. We're well on our way to becoming a bestseller. Well on our way. In the, Thursday, Friday, we're well on our way to being a bestseller. Thank you for that, guys. That's you guys. Okay, we appreciate that. And we got a great week coming up. Okay, so we're going to share some good studies. I was going to talk about one this morning, but we didn't get to it. We'll get to it. Okay. Guys, we love you dearly, and we'll talk to you soon.